Kia ora, hello, welcome everyone to the stream. Thank you to everyone that's joined. Great to have you all here. Gaming with Just Joe, welcome in. Thank you for joining. KK Great Vids, it has been a while. Thank you for dropping in. Marcus the Sim Farmer, thank you so much for being here. So I hope everyone is having a fantastic Wednesday evening here, of course. So we're going to carry on with our start from scratch on Witcombe Park. And we're going to do another couple of fertilising contracts. Try and get them done before the end of the day. So we are in November, so it is getting dark very, very quickly. So we're going to run out of daylight very soon if we don't push on with it. So that's what we're going to be doing. Hey, Marcus the Sim Farmer. How do I get all the shots? Sorry, all the shots of what? I've done a lot of shots. Done the vintage car or the Franklin Thunder, vintage tractors. Yeah, which shots do you mean there, mate? So yeah, we're going to go up. We've got a little bit of fertilizer left in the hopper, so it's a small one. So we're going to go and use it up on the other field up here, and then we'll pop it up. All the shots for the intro. That's just playing the game and recording. Like I plan the shot, you know, what I want to do, whether I want to have a tractor doing fertilizing or whatever, and I plan that shot, pick up the tractor, drive it to the field I want to take the shot of, and then record it. And you just do that for multiple shots. And you can record, like I use Easy Development Control, which gives you flight on a PC, and so I use that for some of the drone-like shots. And Queensgate 1171, hello, welcome in, thank you for joining. And yeah, sorry, I think, is that Arabic or Sanskrit? I can't read that, I'm afraid, but thank you for joining. And with the new helper mod released, it will be easier. It will be. I'm actually already planning on using that for getting cinematic shots, especially on my other video. Hey, and Joel FS25. Good to see you too, mate. All right, let's make a start on this and get this all done. Yeah, KK, great vids. Yeah, it looks like he's giving us his name or something. So, yeah. Just running it through Copilot now. Walid Torfig. Common Arabic name. So welcome in, Walid Torfig. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And looks like I just went straight ahead instead of turning the corner. There we go. What happens when you take your eyes off and looking at the chat screen? Yeah, it will be nice. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that one, gaming with Just Joe. Yeah, like you say, I'm actually looking forward to, at the moment I'm sort of tied to the tractor. So I'm actually looking forward to jumping out of the tractor and actually getting some shots from a distance as well, like a bystander on the field, but still having me as a character in the tractor. So I'm actually looking forward to doing that. Yeah, it will be great, especially with equipment with no cab, definitely. Wish we had a drone. Yeah, I just use the development control and fly. So yeah, should be able to get some fairly good drone shots with that, moving around. Yeah, first stream, oh, you were here, I wasn't paying attention and flipped the vehicle. Yeah, that's what's happening tonight, I can tell you. Whoa. Trying to keep up with the chat. Sorry if I've missed anything in the chat. It's yeah, it's fun trying to farm and keep up with the chat. Yeah, drone that you can buy and it will record. Yeah, that would be good. That would be good. There are some clever mod makers out there. I've actually installed a new mod. FarmSim guy put me onto it. Not personally, he was a video that he had out there, and it's advanced maintenance, and so you can actually see the water temperature now on the screen and the voltage. So it looks like the battery will run down if you leave the lights on, and you will cause extra damage to your engine if you're using too small a tractor for the tool, and also if you just jump in the tractor cold and take off quickly without letting the engine warm up, you'll do extra damage to the vehicle, and you need to have the mechanic look at it and work out what needs to be repaired and then cost the repair. So looking forward to using that one on this. It's installed. I want to get a voice changer so I can live If the kids, they have leaked personal information when my friend went live about him. Yeah, that can be a pain. I'd like a voice changer too, just to add more characters in and have different voices. But yeah, I haven't found anything like that yet. I know there's some AI stuff out there, but I'm not 100% comfortable using that at the moment. Advanced damage system, yeah, Just Joe, that's the one. Yeah, you've been messing with it since it was first went beta. Yeah, I'm just playing around with it now. So yeah. Hey, Pete Light Hunting, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. So yeah, trying to drive. It'll be much better when I get up to the top field, and then I can start doing some field work. It's always easier to keep up with the chat when I'm doing field work, thanks to the GPS. Yep, I'm good. Hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. So yeah, fantastic map. Just that one little hiccup where I got copyright claimed by two different songs that were using sound bites from the sound OxygenDavid was using for ambient traffic noise in the town area. That little tire chirp, the tire squeal, that was included in a music video. And so because of that, they claimed copyright and all money for the video. So I wasn't too happy with that. I dug deeper and found out that the sound that OxygenDavid used was available on Freesound, but the license was attribution required for non-commercial use. And so attribution means that you meant to put it somewhere available where people can see where that sound came from. And non-commercial use means that it couldn't be used in a stream anyway, because a stream is considered commercial use. So I was able to contact OxygenDavid on his Discord, and he responded very quickly. I was very impressed. And yeah, I know he's a busy person, so I offered to find a replacement sound for him for that town bit, and found one that was Creative Commons, so no attribution required, totally free for anyone to use, including commercial use. And he's going to put that into the map on the next patch. So I've already added the sound, so I won't get copyrighted on that particular sound now. But yeah, it's one of those things. You do rely on map makers to have sounds in their maps that are not copyrighted, and if they have included something that's copyrighted, then that can affect content creators as well. So it was interesting. So yeah, let's catch up. Yeah, some think that's the easy job doing anything. I'm finding out from experience that it's hard while resting. It is, mate, it is. You know how I said one of my dogs get me up at 4 a.m? It's happening. Nice, mate. Yeah, so it's one of those things with OxygenDavid. You know, he's been using that sound for years. You know, I can remember it in some of his early maps. I think he said he was using it in FS19. So he was surprised to hear that, you know, we'd got a copyright strike, or not a strike, but a claim. There is a difference. A copyright strike is very serious. If you get a strike against your channel, you get 3 strikes and then they will cancel your channel and all channels that are related to you. So it's actually very serious. But a copyright claim just means that some AI's probably just trolled through and gone, oh, this sounds, and it was exactly the same sound. This sounds like our song, or, you know, half a second of it. So we're going to claim the monetization on the channel. So I have cleared it. Looks like Google have a tool which will pull the sound out of the video while leaving your dialogue intact. So I asked them to do that, and the videos are now clear again. And yeah, these twats that are using the sound, which I don't know, they may or may not have paid the original guy to use the sound, but yeah, there's no attribution to the original author in their songs or anything like that. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, their copyright claim could be in breach of copyright anyway. I don't know. But yeah, it was a bit annoying to have it happen to me. I can, because yeah, I'm very careful not to I'm very careful not to have copyrighted music or anything playing. So yeah, when I heard it though, it was sort of like, yeah, I know exactly what sound they've pinged me on. Yeah, just mute the offending sound. Yeah, so that's what YouTube did for me, and it put me back on getting monetization for that video. So yeah. Have gone live a few times, and then after I delete the videos, because the sound, like noise from the tractors and equipment, is louder than my voice and no one can hear me. Yeah, you got to get your levels right. I did a whole lot of test videos and basically streamed privately so that I could test the recording of the OBS and how it all worked. And you can do that, and then public can't see it. You can play it back because you're the owner of the private video, and that way you can get an idea of the sound levels and that sort of thing. So that's what I did. Took a bit to dial it in though. Flash Gaming NZ, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Having trouble reading the chat and driving the tractor at the same time. Oops. Yeah, just trying to read that. Why is this such thing called like copyright with songs? You put it in your video. Because if you put it in your video, then the person that owns the copyright to that song can claim all the monetization for that video, and that's sort of like the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is that they can put a strike against you, which means that they feel like you're using their copyright material in a very bad way, and that they basically want you to stop using the copyright material. Whereas a copyright claim just means we don't mind you using it, but we want to get all the money from it. And yeah, Pete likes hunting. What vehicles do you have at the moment? At the moment, because I'm start from scratch, I only own one Nissan Safari truck, and that is all that I own. I don't have any tractors, don't have any equipment. I'm still trying to build up the money for the equipment, and probably be looking at getting a yard or something like that as well. Right, where are we here? That's better. Yeah, KK, great vids, not streaming as much as you used to. Yeah, fair enough. And welcome to our new subscriber. Welcome to the Kiwi clan. Thank you for joining. Hope your Wednesday is going well. Right, so we'll just finish off this lot of fertilizer, and then we'll go and pick up our last load, because we should be able to finish this field. They only gave us a small spreader, so definitely empties out quite quickly. I think you need 2 loads with this field. There we go. Might put the lights on, it's starting to get a bit darker. It's only 3:30 in the afternoon, but it's already getting dark. I have to say, because we live a bit closer to the equator than the UK, it doesn't get as dark as quick in wintertime as it does here. Like, I'm assuming this is fairly accurate in its geolocation. reading the chat again. Marcus the Sim Farmer, do you think if I carry on playing the radio inside a Phantom, it would be okay? Yeah. So if anything is copyrighted, don't have it being broadcast on a stream. Because someone could put a copyright strike against you for using that particular music. Even if it's radio, anything that could have a copyright on it, don't have it in your stream. Hey Cher, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Sorry we weren't able to do our stream on Sunday. But yeah, it's sort of a little bit of a stressful weekend. You may have noticed too that I've only put one Kinleg video out this week. Just the way things are going, I just didn't have time to get the next episode out. So I do apologise. Probably only be one video next week as well. And yeah, things are looking incredibly busy over the next few weeks, especially in June. Yeah, KK, great vids. I'm going to try to sleep. Not been in bed yet, and it's 4:25. Yeah, sleep's important, mate. It is very important. And looks like I need... Yeah, so that car horn is my work. So it was the sounds, the ambient traffic sounds that was in this area. It's sort of like just the cars driving and the tyre chirp. Traffic on. Let's try traffic on again. I turned it off because they were in a great big traffic jam, but hopefully. Aren't I ruining the crop by driving on top of it? When the plants are young, you can actually drive over them for fertilizing. When they get a bit older, if you have the narrow tires on, you can usually, the game physics allows you to drive over them. So row crop tires, basically, the theory is you're driving in between the plant stalks. So you can do that, but if you've got wide tires like this and they're in their second stage of growth, I think it is, then you will cause damage. But if it's in the first stage of growth, then you can drive over it. But this is a contract, so this is the equipment that the farmer has given us, so he's obviously happy for us to drive on his crop with this tractor. Again, try. Yeah. Kick the dog out of the room, mate. Yeah, so there's been a few really good mods just released recently. There's the field mod that tells you how much fertilizer you're going to use on a particular field, including slurry, digestate and that sort of thing. So, you know, you'll know if you've got enough manure or slurry, you'll know if you have enough for the whole field or not. So that's really good. And also I am playing around with the advanced maintenance mod. So see how that goes. All right, let's go down here. So they have got the lanes in it, but this fertilizer spreader isn't wide enough to be able to take those lanes. So yeah, they only work for a certain type of sprayer, really. So yeah, there's some great maps been released. La Mache has got the Mr. Sealy P seal of approval. It is a fantastic map. I've got too thirsty. I need to take a drink. There's another mod that I've got is yeah, look at that. There we go. So I want to rest. And need to drink. So if you get too thirsty and all that, your tractor will slow down. I guess because you're just too fatigued to drive at high speed. Lauren David Hyman, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. So we're just trying to finish this contract before it gets too dark. All right, we've finished the contract. We'll go back in and drop off the tractor. John Mannery, hello, welcome in. Thank you for joining. About to go to sleep soon. Well, thank you for jumping on the stream. Do appreciate it. Hope your Wednesday will go well for you. And you've subscribed. Awesome. Thank you so much for subscribing. Welcome to the Kiwi clan. And Cher went out yesterday and took some pictures of some cows. Nice. Nice. You're a Kiwi. Yeah, well, yeah, for us, Wednesday is just about over. So, yeah, hope you have a great Thursday. Yeah, my apologies. Got quite a few people coming from the States, and it's very early morning in the United States for a lot of people. So, for them, their Wednesday is just beginning. But yeah, I hope you have a fantastic Thursday. Thank you for jumping in. And I do apologize. It is hard to keep up with everyone and where they're from. But yeah, I do try to remember the regulars. So we've got there a tractor coming down the road, motorbike, and a truck. So he's definitely got some good traffic in here. You'll post the pictures later. Awesome, Cher. Yep, no worries. Joe Manera. There we go. I think I got it pronounced correctly. Yeah, thank you so much, mate. And Cher, I was lurking in another stream and I saw you mention you had some butterflies hatching. That's exciting. Hey KK, great vids. Wish I was on your side of the world so I don't have to deal with today. Well, yeah, whatever you have to deal with today would have been dealt with if you're on this side of the world. Three. Oh, that's awesome, Cher. So for those of you that don't know, Cher is involved in a program that breeds insects. Basically to try and keep the biodiversity going. And so she's done some ladybirds, and she's now got some butterflies that she's raising up, and yeah, protecting from ants. Ants can be really bad when it comes to butterflies and chrysalises and that sort of thing. We've had swan plants and for the monarch butterflies, and honestly they were just the ants were just going in there and attacking them in the chrysalis. So it wasn't nice. All part of nature, I suppose. But yep, here you go, Oxy. There's the keys. You notice I've got rid of him going, hi, I'm Oxy. No offense, Oxy, but yeah. And I put some music in the shed here too that I know is copyright safe because it is from the YouTube music that content creators can use. That is copyright safe. And they've just released a whole heap of new songs with lyrics, which is really good. This almost has like a wetter sound. But yeah, anyways. Let's head back to the house. And yeah, I'm going to get really hungry soon. Japanese hornets. Yeah, I don't think we've got the Japanese hornets here yet, but knowing our bio security, yeah, someone will bring them in. We're continually trying to fight fruit fly. So this is the only vehicle that we really own. We do have a little electric scooter. That's what we first started on, but we've since upgraded to this truck. So we have 2-day months, just to try and keep the story moving along. So when we came here, we were actually doing some stealth camping, a little hedgerow near the town area. But we've now got ourselves a little transportable home, and we are there. So because we're going to be moving into a new month, we will have to pay our $1,000 rent. I missed my turning. There we go. That's what the edge of the map looks like. You wouldn't even know unless you had the without the red dots there. So one thing I liked about Darheim is they actually didn't have the red crosses in it, so it was sort of like when you hit the edge of the map, you just hit an invisible wall, which was, yeah, it was quite neat because it really did look like the map was just continuing on. I really did like that. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's a nice little German map. Emphasis is on little. It's not a big map, but very, very detailed. And it was an absolute pleasure to play on. There we go, saying we're getting hungry. I know. So this is our little house down here. You're trying to save the planet there, Cher. Yeah, fair enough. So let's right control I, fill up the water bottle. Right control L, full meal. So that resets our thirst and our hunger. And then fatigue is taken care of. So I think we'll sleep through to about 9 because it's getting really dark, or staying dark really long time. And let's just remove the £1,000. So that's how much we're paying a month for this little transportable home. I'm not sure, what prices are like in the UK, but yeah, around here, £1,000 a month, well, $1,000 a month would be quite cheap, to be honest. For a place like that in New Zealand, you're probably looking at about $400 New Zealand to rent a week. housing affordability is really quite bad in New Zealand. Yeah, KK, great vids. Hope you have a good rest of your stream tonight. Question over there, do you race anything other than road racing? Of doing donuts after he won at a road. Yeah, primarily New Zealand and Australia have circuits, and not ovals. Oval racing is very, very rare. Usually it's for more speedway dirt racing. But yeah, things like Indy and that sort of thing, New Zealand doesn't have oval races like that. It's the circuit race, so what you'd call the road race. So yeah, that would be his forte, definitely. I have to write a information report in class, but my teacher doesn't understand how hard it is for me to do because of my dysgraphia and dyslexia. Yeah, that can make life really difficult, mate. Right, so let's just check this out. So part of the new mod is to do a visual inspection, and it tells us that everything's looking okay at the moment. So we don't need to top up with oil or anything like that, so that's cool. So I'm not too sure what jobs we'll have. Actually, I need to have a full meal. Forgot to do that. There we go, that's better. Forgot to have breakfast. Definitely adds another element to the game. And let's face it, you've got to have a good breakfast. If you don't have a good breakfast, then yeah. So I'm going to head down to the pub and see if he knows of any contracts that are available. Because that's the place to go. You know, farmers come in, they talk about jobs that they've got coming up and that sort of thing. So it's the obvious place to go is talk to the bartender. He's definitely got his ear to the ground. And has definitely managed to chuck a few jobs my way. All right, let's see what we've got in the way of contracts. Oh, we can collect these. Okay, so we've got some deadwood contracts, but that's about it. And some wood. Oh, we've got a ploughing contract. Not sure I really want to do a ploughing contract. Right, always a busy place there. Okay. Let's check the map. So we've got that one there, and got that one there. Okay. Oh yeah, you can see the sun rising. He's done a really great job with the colouring on this. The sunrises and the sunsets are amazing. But yeah, you can look at it. You know, it's what 9:30, and the sun's just coming up now. Like I say, we're a bit closer to the equator, so we don't get the long days or the long nights. We do have a difference. Yeah, the days are definitely shorter, but it's more around 5:30 that you start getting the sunset, instead of what it is here. So right. Okay, chat. Do I use a chainsaw or do I use a lightsaber? Couldn't resist. So we should have some trees around here marked. So I think over winter time we will skip through fairly quickly, especially when we run out. We don't have animals to look after or industries to Hey Marcus, I've got to use the lightsaber. I'm using the lightsaber. Lightsabers are superior. Yeah, they definitely cut through the wood very quickly. Might be one there by the looks of it. Lauren David, 6-7, yeah. As they say on Yes Minister, very droll. Very droll. And for those of you that don't know what droll is, because I'll be honest, I didn't know what droll was. Droll is another term for funny. And usually it was used in a way to say something was, they were saying that it was funny, but when it wasn't. I do like the way OxygenDavid has the wooded area, you know, sort of very, very hilly, and you know, there's a reason why there was no one farming here, because it's just too difficult a terrain. And I do like that. You know, there's a reason why there's a bush area here, because it was just too hard to farm. Ah, there's another one. Oh, out of the area. Won't find any trees in this area. So it isn't worth trying to take the timber to the mill. It's just the amount you get for it isn't worth the effort. It honestly isn't. It's just quicker to drop them all and claim the money and move on to something else. That's that one done. And I probably shouldn't have left my lights on. I'll drop the lightsaber in there. All right, now we've got a bit of a drive to the other job. So it should actually check the second-hand market, see if there's a tractor come up. I love how the mist looks and adds depth. Excuse me, getting a croaky voice. So yeah, if you're on PC, definitely check out this map. It's available on OxygenDavid's itch.io page. Should be a link in the description of the video. Definitely worth checking out. And if you are on console, the bad news is it's currently not on console. The good news is it will be released on console. Basically, OxygenDavid is released it to PC. We're doing the beta testing for him, and telling him what's broken on the map, what doesn't work, where the floating trees are, that sort of thing. So hopefully when he is able to finally submit it to ModHub, they may be able to, they'll find something wrong with it. They all usually do. No map passes first time. But it should reduce the amount of times that he has to submit the map. So, yeah. So it will be coming for console players. There will be some changes, obviously. Won't have a shell garage. But yeah, it will be great to have on console. Possibly won't have the high definition textures that you can download. Now I should turn the lights off. Yep, we left our lights on. There we go, that's better. All right. Let's see if we can find some deadwood trees to chop down. So hopefully with the deadwood contracts, we'll get enough to meet our rent repayments and that sort of thing. But yeah, when we get a tractor, I'll probably have to lease a yard somewhere. So I can't actually, because the story is I'm on my OE, overseas experience in the UK from New Zealand. Because of that, I can't buy land, but I can lease it. So anything that I do on this map would have to be leased. So eventually I hope to lease the farm, and but I think first things first would be going down the contractor route and lease a contracting yard. I could. I could, but I'll be honest, it doesn't worry me. If someone wants to write 6-7, then, they can do it. If they were to do, a continual 6-7, 6-7, 6-7 all the time, then, I would just time them out. So, yeah. Finished it. Right. I say these deadwood contracts are quite easy. Quite easy to find them. And drop that off there, and now all right, let's have a look. No, I don't think I'm going to be able to do much with that, and I can't afford that anyway. I don't think I want a single row billet trailer. And the cutter pack, looking forward to using that, but yeah, I'll be honest, cutter's no good without the combine. Okay. We have got a cultivating contract. I think we might go with the T7. So we've got £100,000, which isn't too bad considering we started off with negative £221 because the bank decided to take out the payment for the electric scooter. No worries there, mate. Yeah, I hope that channel goes well for you, mate. It is hard work, so but it can be a lot of fun. All right, let's go and grab that tractor, and we've been traveling all over the map. Yeah, so that field there is basically right on the edge of the map, so it's a non-playable field. So it's actually nice to have the cows just sitting around in it. Just adds that extra bit of life to the map. Hey, share. Thought the 6-7 trend had finished. Not for some people, obviously. Yeah, I have to make sure the lights are turned off now, otherwise when I get back I'll have a flat battery. It won't be very good. So yeah, the mod incorporates greasing and oil changes and that sort of thing. So about every 5 hours you need to service the tractor. So right, we'll jump in here and we will grab the keys. Thank you, Oxy. Okay, so we've got the nice T7. Oh, they've even painted the weight New Holland colours. Nice. So for this map, I've decided not to go manual attach. Just have a break from it. Yeah, maybe later on I'll do it. I don't know. All right, beacons are on. So I was able to compare this with La Mache map. Fantastic map, that really is. He's got some really good features in it. Farmers market that you buy the abandoned building and build it as a constructible. Nice touch. Escargot farming, that's snail farming, with a complete production chain. Definitely something that's different and fantastic. And the buildings in it are just absolutely stunning. Like he's got, when it rains, water coming out of the spouting, overflowing and that sort of thing. So yeah, it is a really, really good map. Will I find time? I'm hoping I can find time to play on it. But at the moment, yeah, this map is just so stunning that I'm on this. It doesn't have the productions that the other one does, but you know, it's visually stunning. And that's the only thing that, you know, OxygenDavid is the map edge king. You know, he can build a map edge that does not look like it's the edge of the map within the constraints that Giants allows you to do it. And La Mache, still, it's not as good. It's still a bit more of a, you know, you're on the edge of the map. But for console players, I would definitely recommend it. It is very, very large. It is a very large map. Has 3 required mods. Basically, It looks like he had to get the map to a certain size, and then done the wrong turning, and then he's got the extra buildings and all that. So I think it comes in at nearly 2 gig in size, with 3 required mods. But it is a very, very good map. If you want a console's perspective of it, Mr. Steely P has done a review of the map. He acknowledges the massive size of it, but you know, he said that he feels like it could be really good to play if you don't want to have too many extra mods. Keep doing AI worker instead of steering assist. All right, let's unfold that. So I don't know if you can see in the tachometer area, you have the water temperature, you also have engine load percentage. And what that does is it tells you how hard you're making the tractor work. So you'll see it turning into orange, and that means that you're possibly working the tractor a little bit too hard. And sorry, console players, it is PC only. So to give you an idea of fuel consumption, this is basically, I think it's using sort of like about 80 litres every hour. And I used it on the Massey that I've got in the Kinlake series, with the rotary cultivator, and that was sitting at about 120 litres per hour. So you definitely use more fuel with a bigger tractor, but Yeah, so a slightly smaller tractor like this one will use less fuel, but you need a smaller implement. So I think this is what, about 5 meters, and I think the rotary cultivator I've got is about 7 meters. So, you know, I guess I could do a test to see, you know, does that mean that because I've got a slightly larger rotavator, does that mean that we get the field finished earlier? So you know, we're using less fuel in time-wise? Hard to know. Divorced by algorithm. Hey, how's it going there, mate? Welcome in. Thank you for joining. Hope you are having a fantastic Wednesday. I have to say the algorithm's causing me a bit of a nightmare at the moment. The way the videos get pushed out onto feeds now is very, very difficult. Basically, YouTube has gone down the route of basically, if you're not grabbing people straight away and people aren't, you know, just clicking on it straight away and staying, it will just drop your video from the channel pages. And yeah, it really has reduced the amount of people that I get seeing my video. It is a bit frustrating. Because it means you end up sort of like, you know, having to do one of those stock look, you know, thumbnails of, you know, and pretend that something really bad is about to happen or something like that to try and get people in. And it's sort of like, I'm not like that. You know, I'm straight up. This is what I am. This is what my stream's like. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I have tried adding titles in and, you know, trying to add a little bit of suspense into it, but I'm still trying to keep within the storyline. So yeah, I hope YouTube changes the way they do their algorithm, because it's definitely affecting a lot of channels. And making it very difficult to get people viewing, especially on the shorts. When I first started doing shorts, short form videos on the live stream, it was quite common for me to get over 1,000 views. Now, views doesn't mean people are watching. It just means that it's popping up on their feed and they'll see it before they swipe on to the next one. But I'm not even getting there. I'm sort of, it's dropped right down to about 200. It's a big drop, you know, 1,000 people being exposed to your video to 200 people being exposed. And it does make it difficult. Well, thank you, Cher. I look forward to having you on the stream as well in the chat. And it's great to have you along. So yeah, just to you know, help out the algorithm. If you haven't hit that like button yet, if you could, that would be fantastic. It would help the channel so much. Just trying to get it out there to other people's feeds so that, you know, they can see the video as well. YouTube really does look at how many people have liked the video, and will make judgments on whether the video will be put onto people's feeds or not based on the likes. And you know, subscribing goes a long way as well. If you haven't subscribed, feel free to do that. It doesn't cost anything. And that's another way to really help the channel. You put your grievance letter into work yesterday? Oh, I hope that goes well for your share. I hope that grievance letter gets some action, and positive action as well. Alright, so carry on doing this. So yeah, there's also the XP mod, which I think is an interesting mod. Basically, it limits the type of tractor you can drive in game until you've gained a certain amount of experience points. So it adds a new challenge to the game. For those that have played the game a long time, you know, you do have that ability where you can just put in some money and buy the biggest equipment and use the biggest equipment. And, you know, that's what's great about the game, is you can do that if you want to. And, yeah, I think that's something that we have all done. Even on console players, there is a way to add a lot of money very quickly. But eventually you sort of get tired of driving the bigger machines, and you look at doing something a bit different. Like for this one here, the start from scratch, you know, starting with absolutely no money, and just trying to get a business going. So yeah, yeah, it's not for console, unfortunately, like so many other things. But yeah, I think it could be a good game mechanic to use. But like anything like that, you want it to be able to be turned off. You don't want it to leave it on and force people to use it. You want to give people the option to use it. And Marcus, the Sim Farmer, whenever I go on to lives on YouTube Shorts, you're the first person that pops up. Oh, that's that's nice to hear, mate. It's probably because you've watched my streams a lot, so it says, oh, he seems to like this one, so we'll show it up. But yeah, I definitely have noticed a huge drop in numbers. And, you know, I haven't really changed anything. I guess for some people this would be too calm, too relaxing, not as much, not enough in your face, not enough action, not enough, you know, 5-second entertainment before we move on to the next short. But this is more of a video that you can, you know, put on your TV while you're doing some cleaning or something like that, and or, you know, while you're playing Farm Sim as well. It is definitely more of a sort of like a background type of video that you can just do that. All right, so we're getting through this field. This tractor's actually handling the cultivator quite nicely. Yeah, sorry, KK Great Vids, just saw your comment there about the dog. For some reason, Nightbot flagged it for review. I've just released it. I sleep upstairs and she stands at the bottom and barks and barks until I get up and I go downstairs. Then I get her and him a treat and then go outside, and she comes in and thinks she needs another every night. Yeah, dogs can be a lot of fun. They're your best friend, but they can be frustrating at times as well. Right, so what do we got? Another few rows to do there, and then the last headland. Yeah, so what did everyone think about Daggerwin getting 1 million subscribers? He definitely deserved it. I've been watching him for years, ever since FS17, to be honest. And his survival series, I think I stumbled across it. I wasn't watching the first video as soon as it was released, but I stumbled across it and watched the series. and you know, his survival series was absolutely fantastic. I do miss the survival series, but yeah, I can understand him moving on from that. But yeah, 1 million subscribers. That's just mind-boggling when you think about it. Yeah, you try and fit 1 million people into one location. You know, that's bigger than some countries. That is a fourth of New Zealand's population. I think there's about 4 million in New Zealand. So yeah, that is a lot of subscribers. But he definitely deserved it. And he's done it by, you know, sort of having relaxed gameplay as well. Yeah, I think there was the other farm sim YouTubers, the Squad. They were, I think they had 1 million subscribers too. I think they've now sort of finished with the channel. They're not doing videos anymore, but they were sort of very, very chaotic and that, and I'll be honest, not my style, but obviously a lot of people liked it because their channel had done really well. But Daggerwin's never really gone for that chaos to the same extent. All right, fold that up, and that is our field finished. That was a nice contract to get. Just need a decent tractor to come up. Actually, even if I just got a small tractor and set it up for spraying, that could be a good way to go. So yeah, I like the way the wooded area is very, very rugged and hilly. It sort of gives a reason for why there are trees still left there. You just can't farm. I'll tell you what, a New Holland is definitely a tractor that I would be, you know, interested in. You know, for those of you that have been on the channel for a while, you know that I do tend to go more for Vultras or Massies. I've actually really fallen in love with the Massey on Kinlake. It is a nice little tractor, that one. Well, it's not that little, it's actually quite big. It's the 8S. So, but yeah, it is a really nice tractor. I really do like it. Vultra, especially with the new mower that was released, where you can mount the 3 mowers together. With reverse driving, the Vulture really does sort of stand out as a great possibility, especially on this map. And, you know, price-wise, for the amount of horsepower you get, they're actually quite reasonable. But yeah, New Holland, definitely go that way. Case, definitely go with one of those as well. John Deere, I just, yeah, John Deere just, I've never been a big fan of John Deere. And when I've heard stories about how John Deere are locking farmers into service contracts and that sort of thing, I just don't feel that they're a honourable company at the moment. That they're not looking out for the best interests of the farmers. They're looking out for the best interests of their shareholders. And companies need to learn that to keep shareholders happy, you need to keep your workers and your clients happy. If either become unhappy, shareholders will soon be unhappy. But not many companies have come to that realization yet. For most companies, it's not about the customer, it's not about their staff, it's about their shareholders. All right, let's see. Is there any other cultivating? Oh, there is. Possibly should go do that one as well. I was actually just up there. Never mind. Yeah, let's accept this contract as well. We'll use the New Holland. And carry on up, and we'll go back up there and do that contract. Yeah, share. Yeah, they don't care about staff or customers. Yeah, a lot of companies are like that. I'm really lucky where I work. I have a really good boss, and so yeah, I'm really lucky that way. I won't elaborate much more. I try to keep my job separate from my streaming, basically because there's a lot of people out there that would, that want to get as much information about people as they can, where they work and that sort of thing. And yeah, I need to keep that sort of in a confidential way. You forgot to mulch. Yeah, that's a real pain. Mulching and rolling. Yeah, the sort of stuff that they don't. it doesn't give you a big boost, but if you're trying for that 100% and you forget to roll or mulch, and it's sort of like, once you've sowed, you can't do it. You can always fertilize, but mulching, no, you miss that. You can't do it, and it's always just going to sit there taunting you. Haha, you forgot to mulch me. All right, so this is the field here. It looks like we're going to have a nice view of the windmill. Okay, so I do have the mod that basically connects the GPS lines a bit better. He says as he drives past one now. Yeah, so it basically will, if it's fairly close, it will pick it up and will turn the tractor to carry on following it. Here we go. Of course, for these tight ones, it has trouble following those. So yeah, it'll be getting dark soon again. Doesn't take long. What is it? 4:30. So it's probably going to get dark. Probably guessing about 3:30, 4 o'clock. The winters down here don't seem to be as harsh as the winters in Kinlake. Those Kinlake winters get a lot of snow and yeah, very harsh. But then I think if I remember correctly, Gloucestershire, where this map is based in, I think that's sort of close to the Welsh border, I think, in the southern part of the Welsh border. I think it's sort of in that area of the UK. If anyone in the UK wants to correct me, feel free to do that. Whereas Kinlake, of course, is in the Highlands of Scotland, which is quite a bit of a harsher environment. You can sort of see the sun getting low in the sky. Never really gets high in the wintertime. But yeah, the atmosphere in this map is it's just incredible. OxygenDavid puts so much work into the maps. Not even close to the Welsh border, it's in the Midlands. Oh, well, there we go. I stand corrected. We'll put the lights on because we're probably going to need it soon. Although this is only a small field, so it shouldn't take us too long, hopefully. Yeah, look at that view. That's just incredible. That's what I mean. Oxy puts so much work into these maps. It's not just putting buildings down onto a landscape and putting a few hills in it. Yeah, he's done a special skybox for it, which probably won't be in console, but he might get it into the console. And he just spends so much time on the atmosphere as well. It's more than just buildings, and yeah, he knows something that Giants hasn't figured out yet. It's all about the immersion. And, you know, I feel like Giants hasn't even figured that one out yet. Hey, Lone Wolves, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Great to have you here. Hope your Wednesday is starting well. And we'll just put the link up. So yeah, Lone Wolves has been a long time supporter of the channel, and he makes it in whenever he can. Hours aren't necessarily great between our time zones, but yeah, great to have you here, mate. That's doing all right. Good to hear, mate. Yeah, we're doing okay, thanks. Yeah, got sort of a busy couple of months ahead of us, but we will do okay. Hey, Cher, you put oilseed radish down? Awesome. Okay, looks like we've got our Arabic friend back again. Just going to try and run that through the translator and just a whole list of names. Right, I think we've finished this one. Yeah, I'm not too sure what our Arabic friend is trying to say. It looks like it's just a whole lot of names, so not sure. All right, so we've only put in a 5-hour day, and it's getting dark already. Turn off our work lights so we don't dazzle drivers. Not that it matters in game, but hey, we're trying to be semi-realistic here. Excuse me. Losing my voice a bit. All right, we'll drop this off and grab our truck and then head back up to the house and we'll eat something. You'll see there that we've got our hunger meter and thirst meter. Because we're not putting in the big long days, it's not too bad. So yeah, it was the sound that was in this area here that gave me that copyright claim. So last day I've helped OxygenDavid find a replacement sound and got it installed on the map now, so hopefully I won't have to worry about people doing copyright claims. All right, I think we've got the beacons off. Yep. All right, we'll go flick the keys back to Oxy. Seems to put in the long days. There you go, Oxy. Now, what's that? That's a 9S. That's a bigger one, isn't it? Yeah. So do we have anything for sale? No. Nothing for sale. Looks like it's going to get to freezing point. And yeah, just trying to translate our Arabic friend there. Definitely can't read Arabic. Okay, so it looks like he's just giving names. I'm not too sure. So what did I say? 4 o'clock and it is getting dark. So I head up the road here, and I've got to remember to turn where there's a red telephone box. And it's a red one, not a blue one. Probably be more fun if it was a blue one. There we go, red telephone box. So we want to go down this road. And this is to take us to our little transportable home. Nice little community where we are. And definitely a lot warmer than a tent would be at the moment. When we first came onto the map, we were just in a tent. All right, so this is a handy little beast, this one. Does a great job. So I think what we'll do is we will have a full meal for 20 quid. That's awesome. So yeah, I think that mod's working out quite well, to be honest. But yeah, hey, I think we'll call it a night there. Thank you to everyone that's joined. It's been great to have you all here. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Hit the subscribe button too if you haven't subscribed. My camera's gone dark. No, it's just dark outside in the game, I think. Is that what you mean? My camera is still showing, my actual camera is still showing okay, according to the streams, so yeah. But yeah, thank you to everyone for joining. Do appreciate it. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm enjoying this map. It is a lot of fun to play on, and as long as I don't get any more copyright claims, that'll be fantastic. So we'll continue on with our grind as we try to make money on our start from scratch, get to the point where we can afford a tractor and that sort of thing. Probably a tractor and sprayer and do some fertilizing and that sort of thing. But yeah, until next time, which will be tomorrow, all going well. Have a good day, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world, and whatever time you're watching this. And hey, welcome to our new subscriber too. Just saw you popped in. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that has gone, hasn't it? I see what's happened. Here we go. Sorry, folks. For some reason, I went down to a different scene and cut that one out. So my apologies. Yeah, but hey, until next time, I say have a good day, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world, and whatever time you're watching this. Welcome to our new subscriber. Welcome to the Kiwi clan. Thank you for joining. And until next time, bye.